everyone tuned in. This is the Men, Church, Stuff podcast. It's the show where brothers-in-law DJ Culp and Brad Coleman talk about what it's like being Christian men in today's society. Having spent our entire lives immersed in church culture, we want to share our experiences with other men who are willing to listen. We'll talk life stuff, church stuff, man stuff, and, well, stuff. Let's get to it. Greetings, podcast land listeners. We thank you for tuning in to the Men Church Stuff podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, DJ Culp. As always, I'm here on the other end of our Zoom call with my brother-in-law, Brad Coleman. Brad, how you doing today, man?
You know, I am optimistic.
Okay.
Not feeling great, but optimistic.
But optimistic. I've never heard it put that way. I may try to steal that one.
Yeah.
I appreciate the fact that you didn't come out with like, today just sucks. No, I'm optimistic.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of does, but like, I'm optimistic. It's like when you're fishing, DJ, and you haven't caught anything all day. How you guys doing? You caught anything? No. But I'm a fisherman, so I'm optimistic.
But I'm going to. Yeah,
it's right over there.
Yeah.
I just been casting the wrong way.
That's right. Yeah. I actually was going to relocate until you came up and asked us how we're doing.
Yeah.
So once we're done with this conversation, I'm going to reel in and then go catch some fish.
Yeah, that's right. Just in the wrong place right now, buddy.
That's right. Do you want to fish here? Because I'll take your spot.
Yeah.
So listeners, today, Brad and I are going to do something a bit out of left field. We're going to talk about our top 10 best movies of all time or favorite movies, whichever one that whichever way you kind of want to.
It's the same list.
It's the same list. See, I know people that are like movie fanatics would say, actually, those are different lists. And if you're listener, if you're one of those, then we encourage you to let us know how wrong we are with our own opinions. Yeah. But all right. So and Brad, what do you want to do? Do you want to go 1 to 10, or do you want to save like our number one to like the last? So start with the least. What do you think?
And see, like, I don't know, because I'm be honest, like I put all these down and I'm like, I don't know how I can rank these. Which one is which? I'm not even sure with my top 10 list which one is like they're all movies.
They're all just good, yeah.
That are like maybe a variation of 1 to 3. Like,
well, knowing you, Brad, and speaking of, I'm under strict orders by my wife. Knowing you, I figured that your top 10 list would be Star Wars 1, Star Wars 2, Star Wars 3, Star Wars 4. And Cher told me I'm under strict orders that we are not allowed to spend a lot of time talking about any Star Wars movie. Or she's gonna turn the recording off.
I mean, there are 10 of them, right? I mean, we can pull 10 out. So what I did there was just kind of list that as 1.
Okay, all Star Wars.
Star Wars. I said Star Wars original trilogy.
No, there you go. Okay,
the best of that. So
that's awesome.
That's just one. That's just one movie. You got to watch it all at the same time. That'd be awesome.
All right. So, so how about I kick us off then?
You kick us off.
So I actually did a little bit of rearranging in terms of like order of rank, but yeah, of course I did. But at the same time, I was like, I know that this is kind of bogus because I can't just say this is the number one movie of all time. So I kind of did more of like a mixture of entertainment, of sort of like emotional value and nostalgia, kind of all piled in. So I'm going to start out. I'll start out the conversation with Tom Hanks and Saving Private Ryan. Fantastic movie. The amount for me, the amount of like truth, not in the storyline, but the amount of truth in like what you're seeing is. I'm not a blood, guts, and gore guy. I mean, I remember
It can be.
I saw, no pun intended, I saw a Saw movie, and I
I
remember
see
thinking,
Saw.
yeah, I remember this isn't scary. This is just gross. Like, this is disgusting for the sake of being disgusting. Saving Private Ryan, and specifically the opening scene, but I mean throughout the movie, I know that they did what they could to make it actually as realistic as possible. Um, I even remember hearing that when the movie came out, that they had, and I can't remember who directed the movie. I'm not that guy. I don't know like all the directors and everything, but I know that they had psychologists um, on hand for war vets that that it would trigger their PTSD, it would trigger their
Yeah.
memories. But I mean, brilliant performance by Tom Hanks, in my personal opinion. I really like Matt Damon's character too, but um, I love getting to see, and this is just my interest. I love getting to see some of the warfare, like the tactics that were used. I like when I play chess. Sometimes I think, ooh, if this was like this was a unit, what kind of a unit would this be? But I'm gonna crank it out. Saving Private Ryan. What do you got?
The horsey is the cavalry.
Horsey is the cavalry.
So let me start then just with probably the one that would be number one on my list.
Oh, okay.
Definitely our families go to, we all don't feel good, we're all sick, let's watch this movie. Um,
I think I know what you're gonna say, but what is it?
so it's like do, The Princess Bride.
Yep, I knew you're. Oh, that's wonderful, wonderful.
Let me tell you, 25th anniversary showing in theaters, and we took the kids, and I felt like a kid.
That's awesome.
Like when that popped up on the big
Yes.
screen, and just I it was just one of the happiest moments of my life. I mean, I just was so full of like giddy joy.
Yeah.
And we were in a theater that was probably about half full.
Oh,
And
that's
so
sad.
everybody that was there,
Yeah.
were huge fans.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so like it was like watching it with a bunch of friends you didn't know, because we're all quoting the
Yeah,
movie.
sure.
We're all laughing at the same time. You know, the
It is so quotable,
priest
man.
gets up and everybody's like marriage. And it was brilliant. Love Andre the Giant.
Yes.
I
Yes.
love just like so much about that movie is just fantastic. It's so quotable. Matter of fact, like I doubt a week goes by in our house that
That it doesn't get quoted.
your sister will get mad. Your sister will get mad if she throws out a line and I don't reply with the appropriate, you
That's
know.
amazing. That is. That's
So
awesome.
it's like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
So just a great movie and hilarious is because if guys haven't watched it, and I'm like, oh, have you ever seen The Princess Bride? They're like, no, I, I don't, I don't watch Princess Bride movies.
Yeah. I don't watch chick
Like,
flicks.
like I don't go watch a Barbie movie.
Yeah.
Like, what? No, it's like, no, no, no. That like the only bad thing about the movie is they named it wrong.
They did. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
misleading.
Yes, it is.
No, it's full of pirates and
Yeah.
death and
And death and
torture
yeah.
and
And irony and
yeah,
sarcasm. Yeah.
and Andre the Giant.
In Andre the Giant. So my favorite thing about that movie, and it's not really about the movie, but it's about the process that they went through to record and everything. Um, the guy that plays the guy that plays Vizzini was interviewed, um, and interviewed. I think it was during the filming, and he overheard Andre also being interviewed. And the interviewer asked Andre, "Are you enjoying your time?" And yes, yes, that deep voice that he had. Um, and she asked him, "So, what's your favorite part about being on movie set and being out here doing this film?" And what he said was, "Nobody sees me," because his entire life, like, I love watching interviews about Andre the Giant by like Hulk Hogan or again, this guy, I can't think of his name. But everybody that was around Andre, um, and other wrestlers and whatnot. But one of the things that really stuck out to me was, Hulk Hogan said that he was going through the airport with like behind Andre, and and he heard all of the comments that were going his direction. He said, and I realized then that he deals with this everywhere he goes. And he said, and I mean, he didn't turn his head. He just kept walking like he was just used to it. So getting back to this interview, when he told the interviewer, "Nobody sees me," the guy that plays Vizzini said he was just one of the guys. I like, and I love that the camaraderie that he felt being around those guys.
Yeah.
All right, so number 9 for me, and number 9, the reason that this made it almost didn't, but the reason that this one made it on for me is because of its concept. I love, I love like, I love fiction movies that are very well thought out. I don't like fiction movies that are hokey. Um, but The Matrix was a stellar movie. I like 2 and 3 were nowhere close. Didn't
Yeah.
like nowhere close. Held the bar that the first one did. The first one is it's brilliant, and the reason I say it's brilliant is because of, I'm not going to say how realistic it is, but how logically realistic it could be. You know what I mean? Like, I don't believe in any of that stuff, but the logic, the nature of how everything became the way it was, I thought this is incredible.
I think one of the greatest things in that is that, they're like, we made you a utopia, and then it kept crashing the system because
Yeah, and you rejected it. Yes. Oh, that's a
rejecting it.
great point, dude. I had never thought about that. Yeah.
And it's like, wow, isn't that just the way that that we kind of are? We're like,
Yeah.
no, this is too good. It can't count.
Yeah. And I'm not a big fan of Keanu Reeves playing that part. I love Keanu Reeves just actually being Keanu Reeves, like in the John Wick movies, or even in the remake of or sorry, not the remake, but the original. I'm trying to think of him and Patrick Swayze teamed up in a movie. Keanu Reeves was an undercover agent, and he was a surfer guy. And Keanu Reeves has the 100% like L.A., San Diego, San Francisco surfer dude look, sound, everything. So I think Keanu Reeves in The Matrix was certainly a hard role, or maybe not hard. I can't speak for him, but it just not is not typical him. But I think he pulled it off very well. But again, to me, the plot of The Matrix was just wonderful.
Yeah. And The Matrix didn't make my list, although it very well could have, because it's definitely up there. But I'll piggyback off that with what you said, John Wick, because that's on my list right there. The John Wick, and again, I just the series. I don't know if you've watched them all.
I've not seen all of them, but dude, they're so good.
Like your sister even loved them.
So good.
Like you introduce your sister to them, and so like it's like when the new one came out, we basically bought it, the fourth one, as soon as
nice.
we could, and so we could watch them.
Yeah.
I love it. So quotable. I love so much. It's just so much about him, and he speaks so little. Like talk. It's like
It's true. Yeah.
The phone call, and the guy's talking to him and Vigo, and Vigo's like, "Hey, John," and like he says nothing, and he asks all these questions, and he's like, "John, that's not," and he says nothing, and he just like, and then finally just hangs up,
Yeah.
and the
He
guy
knows it's his
goes,
death sentence. Yeah.
and when the guy goes, "So, what'd he say?" And he's like, "Enough."
Yeah.
And of course, one of my
So,
other favorite parts is when Aurelio, the like chop shop guy,
oh yeah.
punches Vigo's son, and then they're like, Vigo's not gonna like this, and he's like, how do you know what he's gonna like? I tell you what, he's gonna understand. And then Vigo calls him and is like, so I heard you struck my son. I was like, yes, sir, I did. Can I ask you why? Well, sir, uh, he stole John Wick's car and killed his dog. Oh,
Yeah.
click. It's like,
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, yep. What do you do? Yeah.
yeah, I'm going to
Um,
strike him too, which he does.
so what this is something I've heard. I'm going to give a shout out here to a friend of mine. Um, he's been doing podcasting for a long time, long before I ever knew him. Ted Cluck, shout out to Ted. Um, he I've heard him speak on one of his podcasts. In this, like the John Wick movie kind of relates to like the world of the mafia. And one of the things that I really like about that kind of a movie, like I really enjoy the shoot 'em ups for sure. I mean, shoot, Saving Private Ryan and The Matrix were the first two that I
Mhm.
that I mentioned. But I've always liked the fact that there are rules that you
Mhm.
can't break. Like even in that underworld, there's still like an etiquette of being able to be quote unquote nice. And
Yeah.
I don't know, there's to me that's kind of like the silver lining,
Yeah.
um that still shows that humanity knows what is good and what is
Mhm.
bad.
Well, John Wick, one of the things I love about it is like he never kills anybody who's like innocent bystander.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Like there, like there's no like it's always
Yeah.
someone who's like part of that world. Like even like when the cop shows up, you're like, oh man, like he's just gonna like, yeah, this cop, and he's like, hey Jimmy,
Yeah.
you're working again, John? Just sorting some stuff out. And like the cop's looking in, he sees the dead bodies, he's like, okay, I'll just leave you to it then.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. The moral code is sort of like true enough, right?
Yeah.
Um, so dude, number 8 for me, I had to put this on. I actually had Christian Bale's version on here, but I was like, I don't think that I can actually trump Michael Keaton's Batman.
Hmm.
Like, dude, Jack Nicholson was the scariest bad guy that I had ever seen as a kid growing up. Um, and the way that Michael Keaton's like stoic, steel look in
Mhm.
in that movie was like awesome. I knew he was a good guy, but like it's obviously I didn't read Batman comics at all, so I don't know like the true sort of the dark side of the comic hero Batman. I don't really know like all the backstory and all that kind of stuff. The way the comics I think have told that. But to me, like I remember loving that movie because Batman was a good guy,
Mhm.
but it was like he was a good guy in the dark underworld, in the
Mhm.
dark world of evil. And I mean, when I was a kid, like growing up near Chicago, like the city life resonated with me big time, and
Mhm.
so I always kind of wondered, like, I wonder what Batman would do like in Chicago.
Mhm.
But yeah, Batman on the list for sure.
Yeah. So I like Batman's. None of them really made my list, but like I do like the Batmans. I just they've never been my favorites. Batman's never been my
Sure.
favorite superhero.
Mm.
Uh, his superpower is money.
That's actually true. You're not wrong.
I mean, he's got brains too, but like it's not like super brain. It's just like, oh,
Yeah.
I have all this money.
Yeah.
So let me turn the gears and say this is one of my favorites here on the list. It's a horror comedy.
Okay.
And to me, it's hilarious. It's definitely rewatchability. It's Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
I
I
have
don't know
never
if you've
even heard
ever
of that
seen
movie. No, I've never heard of it.
DJ. You need to watch it. You
Okay.
really do. I think you would. I think you would enjoy it. You'll either enjoy it or you'll be like, I hate this, Brad. Why did you even recommend that I watch this?
Okay. Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yeah, the whole basically premise is there are these two like hillbillies, right? Stereotypical like hillbillies. They bought this cabin in the woods. They're going up to fix it up. They're really nice guys, but you
Mhm.
know, they're they just they appear like they might not be. And then there's this group of college kids that's like vacationing up there, and they keep
Uh-huh.
running into each other. And there's so many misunderstandings. And then people start dying, but it's really like it looks like they're killing them, but they're not.
But they're
And like,
not.
and so they're trying to stop all this from happening, but the more they try to stop it, the more people die. And not spoilers, but one of my favorite lines is like, uh, he goes, we've we got to call the police," and and he's like, what are we going to tell them? Like, hey, we were just up here minding our own business, and all these college kids just come up and started killing themselves on our property. That's what happened. I know, but they're not going to believe that.
That's funny.
It's fantastic. So there's like no like supernatural anything like to it. It's just this. It's
Pure
kind of
bad
like
luck.
worst case scenario, bad luck, misreading situations, but
Oh, that's good.
it's absolutely just hilarious to me, and yeah, just just right up there on the list. And now I'm like, man, I haven't watched that in a while. I should go watch that.
Yeah. Yeah. As I was listening to these, I was like, man, I need to go back and watch that. So I'm gonna turn it back around to a historical drama. I like historical dramas if they can keep my attention. Like sometimes I think historical dramas like get too Hollywoody. You know what I mean? But number 7 for me is Remember the Titans.
Great movie.
Now I'm a sucker, Brad. As I mentioned, I want to say that I said this in our last episode that I'm the crier of the family. And if there's really anything that will get me to cry before anything else, it's like it's the idea of wrongful injustice. And I suppose wrongful injustice is relatively redundant, right?
Wrongful
But
injustice.
yeah,
Yeah.
but like
Rightful injustice.
rightful injustice. But with Remember the Titans, I love like the racial reconciliation that the movie not just chronicles, right, from the actual team, but clearly the message is pretty clear to to the people viewing it, or hopefully that there are still people that are, I don't want to say stupid because that's inappropriate. So I won't say there's people that are stupid. So I won't. Yeah, we're just gonna we'll avoid that one. There are people that have misgivings about others, right?
Stupid misgivings.
Stupid misgivings.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I'll say it.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, the idea of getting two types of people, and whether, I mean, like in Remember Titans, it's whites and blacks. So I mean, it could be different It could be, when I say racist, like they're all Americans in the movie. It could be Asians and Germans for all I care, right? I mean,
Yeah.
like when somebody has been wronged and there's reconciliation, there's like
Yeah.
repentance, and I know, and I don't want to over spiritualize the movie, but all of those things occur
Yeah.
in this movie. And so for me, I don't actually care about them winning football games.
Mhm.
It's cool. I love
Yeah.
I love the development of the personalities.
Attitude reflect leadership, Captain.
Yes,
One of my favorite lines. That and nurse, can't you see this is my brother?
it's my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, just probably too. And from a Christian standpoint, here we go. And it always cracks me up a little bit. You know, the coach is a deacon,
Oh, I
and I
know.
love his struggle back and forth too. You
Yeah.
know, because it just shows like his growth and even within the church the growth. But he's like, Gary's in the hospital. He's like, well, let's pray. And Gary's like, Coach, I'm hurt, I'm not dead.
Ain't dead. That's right.
But I mean, no, again, I would pray in that situation too. But I think I like the realness
Yeah.
of it. Like,
And I also, what I also appreciate about Remember the Titans um is that it gets close to the rawness
yeah,
of what actually was going on. You know, I'm another thing about historical dramas is if they tiptoe around stuff.
yeah,
I'm a person, like, just say it, dude. Just
yeah.
come out with it. So
I
yeah.
love the integrity of the coach. Um, is it Yotes?
Mm-hmm.
Who's he
Coach
goes
Yost.
yeah, Yost. There you go. The refs making bad calls,
Mm-hmm.
and he's making bad calls because he's basically been told to do that. And Yost goes out there and he goes, now look,
Yeah.
you know, good and well that was a bad call, and you need to make good calls. And you know, he's like, I swear, I'll take you down. I don't care if I go down with you. I'll
That's
take this
exactly right.
whole place down.
That's exactly right.
And the ref looks at him and says, "You dig your own grave." And he's like,
I will.
and he's kind of
Yeah.
like, "Yep." He's, see you at Deacon's meeting.
Yes. Yeah. Like, so
Like,
I only ever played preseason football. I broke my collarbone in seventh grade, and my mother got scared that I would break bones or get concussions or whatever. And so I never
no,
played
not
football
your
again.
mother.
I know, yeah, not my mother. But the line after that, when Yost goes back to the sideline and he says, you're going to blitz all night. If they gain another inch, everyone's sitting the bench. And I'm like, that ramps me up to just take over the world.
Yeah,
Like, I can lift any weight, any amount of weight that you want. You've got me.
yeah.
Yeah.
And let's talk about so the little girl Hayden Pantier or whatever, like, is I think one of her first movies. She's
Mm-hmm.
the little girl. I love her in that movie.
Yes.
That's Rick. I became a huge fan because she shows so much emotion, and it's like so real. This passionate little girl who loves what her dad's doing,
That's
and
right.
he's not got the son. He's got this daughter, but she's loves football. She gets in the boys' faces. She's passionate, and
Yeah.
like she's so upset when he's not going to get the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she's like, I understand.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. I understand. But it's just, Tears.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think she did phenomenal in that movie
Yeah. She did.
too. All right,
What's up next
so
for you, Brad?
let's say this is an older one, but I
Okay.
really love it. And it's the Man in the Iron Mask.
Oh,
So not old,
DiCaprio.
old, but yeah, Leonardo
Yeah,
DiCaprio,
man.
the
I
Man
haven't
in the
seen
Iron
that one in
Mask.
years. That's a great choice.
I mean, and great too on probably one of my favorite Leonardo DiCaprio, where he plays roles where in the same movie he plays the character that you hate the most
Yes.
and the character that you love the most.
Dude, good call. Yeah.
And it's like, wow, that's talent.
Yeah.
Like, who's your favorite actor in this movie? Leonardo DiCaprio. Who's your
Yeah,
least favorite actor in this movie? Leonardo
Leonardo
DiCaprio.
DiCaprio.
Um, but yeah, like Like
Gosh,
so many times I've watched the movie, shared it with the kids. They've enjoyed it. And again, it's that there's so much. I love the Three Musketeers anyway. The Three Musketeers,
I
the
actually
Man in
don't
the Iron
remember the
Mask.
premise of the movie.
So yeah, so basically you have the king who has two sons, which actually they aren't his.
Okay.
They're D'Artagnan's, but he doesn't know that.
Okay.
And he's seen so they're twins.
Right. Now that
And
I remember that. Yeah.
he's seen so many kingdoms split that when their twins are born, he chooses one to stay and one to go just live a different life, never to
Okay.
know that they're royalty, right? The mother doesn't even know. Well, when the son that stays becomes king,
Uh-huh.
he finds out about his brother. Well, he's like this jerk face evil guy. So
Right.
he decides that's dangerous to him. And
Which is
so,
true in that time. Yeah,
right,
sure.
right. And so he goes and basically puts him in the Bastille,
Okay.
like with an iron mask on because they're twins, right? So that nobody can see his face, so that he can, never, take power, so that no one will
Wow.
ever know that he has a brother.
Right.
Right. No, this is just crazy guy in this iron mask, and he, make sure he's taken care of so he doesn't have to, like, kill him.
Right.
Um, but he does, like, make sure that, like, he's there. But what he just basically keeps becoming this worse and worse king. And then you have you have the Musketeers, and they've retired except for D'Artagnan.
Okay.
And so it's getting worse and worse now. People are trying to assassinate King Louis because he's just a horrible king. And so some of the former Three Musketeers get this whole, we're going to replace him. We're going to rescue his brother because they know he
Wow.
exists.
Yeah,
Because
I don't
one of
remember
them,
any of that.
yeah, because one of them was actually the one that put him in the Iron Mask under orders of the king, and of course he's feeling super guilty about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then so it's the whole thing if they're trying to replace him, but D'Artagnan knows that he's his son. D'Artagnan doesn't know about the other son.
Oh, wow.
And so he's trying to protect him to get from getting assassinated. And so it's like you have D'Artagnan versus the original Three Musketeers kind of clashing, but they love each other. And it's a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Like there's
I'm gonna
it's
have to
one of
watch
those
that
things
soon.
where, like, there's action, there's drama, there's like, no, yes, and sorrow. It is. It's just it's a fantastic movie. Great rewatchability,
Yeah.
great quotability, and it's got some amazing actors, you know, and actresses in there that just really bring it all together.
Yeah.
It's
That's
certainly
awesome.
one of my, like, it would make my list if you were like, you can only have so many movies to watch over and over again.
Right. Yeah. So, then I'm gonna give you the next two. We're really getting into the show here, and we're about halfway through. So I'm gonna give you two because they're both comedies. Um, but to me, again, because of the plot and also clearly the lineup. But 1984, Ghostbusters came out, dude.
Yeah.
Such a good 80s style movie. Like
I'm glad you put that there because I didn't make my list and it hurt me that it didn't. I ran out of
it's
space.
it's so good. It's so good. But the other one, the other one that's a comedy that I think is brilliant. It's um I'm not going to say like it's kind of quotable, I suppose, but it's more quirky and I love sarcasm. I love irony. I love, like, you mentioned to me that, how much I love wordplay, all that kind of stuff. So Ghostbusters, and then Shrek
Okay.
is,
Yeah.
it's so, like, there's so many quips in it, and there's so
Okay.
many, there's so many like relevances that have been displaced to fit that movie style. Like
Yeah.
I really think it's brilliantly put together.
It really is a good movie. And I think the voice actors like just make it too on
Dude,
top of
Eddie Murphy, I think, is the star of the
see,
movie.
and I would agree. I think he and is it Mike Myers that does
Yeah, it's
direct?
Mike Myers. Yeah.
I think they play so well
Hmm.
just against each other, with each other, like this back and forth. I mean, I would agree that the majority of the goodness of the movie is those two.
Is those two? Yeah.
Like you take them out, you don't have a movie.
Or if you replace Eddie Murphy, I don't know, man. Like, so when Shrek was
No.
made, you could replace Eddie Murphy with Chris Rock. You could replace Eddie Murphy
Yeah.
with Chris Tucker, or oh he Martin Lawrence. Like, it's still a different character altogether.
Yeah.
Um, and I would agree with you that I mean, even if you put Mike Myers, if you replaced him with if you decided I really like Mel Gibson's
Mm.
Scottish accent in Braveheart, we'll put him in here. Like, I mean, something like that. It's still not the same.
Well, Princess Bride, when they originally were going to do the Princess Bride, there were these actors that were really kind of getting big, and that's Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. And Arnold Schwarzenegger was considered for Fezzik, and Danny DeVito was considered for Vincini. And I love those
Oh,
guys. I
yeah,
like
no
those
way,
guys. I
man.
like their chemistry and everything, but
Yeah,
they would have ruined the movie.
they would have ruined the movie,
It would not have been um, the same. And
which is why they made twins,
right.
and that movie worked.
Yeah, and again, like I love those guys. I love their chemistry together.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think they played really well off each other. But yeah, I'm so glad. And one of the reasons they didn't get Arnold was because he had become such a big star by the time they actually were making the movie that they couldn't afford him.
Yeah. Well, I
And I'm
mean, it
like,
came out.
thank you, Lord, that they could not afford him.
Yeah, I mean, it came out during Terminator, like the era
Yeah,
of Terminator and
yeah, he
Commando,
was he was
and
huge.
yeah, and Predator. I mean, yeah, you can't afford that, guy. That's a good point. All right, what you got?
So going on comedies, one of the movies that the first time I watched it, okay, the
Uh-huh.
first time I watched it, I went, what did I just watch?
Oh no.
This is the dumbest
Please don't tell me that's
thing
oh no.
ever. Um, but after that, it's just been great. And it's Monty Python Quest for the Holy
Oh,
Grail.
dude, I swear I thought you were about to say Napoleon Dynamite, and I was gonna end
No,
our Zoom call immediately.
yeah, no, it didn't quite make my list. I mean,
Okay.
same scenario,
Oh,
but no, not as good of a movie as Monty Python: The Quest for Holy
and
Grail.
I'm sorry, I have to apologize to you, Brad, that didn't make my list, and it
Yeah,
and like it hurt me that it didn't. Yeah, such a good movie.
it
That's a
it
quotable
is.
movie.
But
Yeah.
yeah, well, and so here's the thing: the first time you watch it, you're trying to figure out the plot,
Yeah, what's going on?
and then it just ends, and
One
you're
of my
like, "What
one of my
did that?"
favorite parts of the movie is that the intermission comes about 15 minutes before the movie's over. Yeah, this is so good. Do you got another comedy?
Another comedy? No, that's probably my last comedy.
Okay. So I did two. So here's number four for me. Um Back to the Future, the first one.
Okay.
And again, for me, it's I love the plot. I love the idea.
Mhm.
The the storyline is what draws me in. And in my personal opinion, that movie would not have been anywhere near the same if Christopher Lloyd had not played Doc.
Agreed. Yeah, I mean he's
I liked Michael J. Fox as Marty, and I think that I mean, I don't think there's anybody else that could have played Marty as well, but I think the movie still could have had feet to stand on if Michael J. Fox hadn't been Marty. I
mhm.
don't think anybody else could have played Doc like Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah. He really is just that quirky, brilliant, like oddball character. He plays that very well.
Yeah.
I tell you the one thing that bothers me about that movie, okay?
Uh-huh.
The first time that it like works right? He's almost like, wow. But if it didn't work, it's going to run him over, like kind of deal.
That's right. Let's hope it
It's like,
works.
it's like, that's a little dark, Doc.
Yeah.
That was a little bit dark.
It is very much
You're like,
so.
it's going to work, or
Or I'm going to
I'm
die. Yeah,
out.
right. Yeah.
Peace out.
Well, and in technically in his defense, the Libyans would have taken care of that in 10 minutes time
Yeah,
anyways.
this is
So
true. Like, yeah, I mean, and shoot, maybe Doc knew that. He's like, you know
yeah,
what?
maybe
It's
he
either
knew
going to
that.
work or I'm going to go out
Oh
on my own
man,
terms.
that would be a good fan theory to read, that Doc
Yeah.
actually knew what was going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the movie, clearly he did. What do you got?
Yeah. All right. So this is one of my favorites from childhood.
Mm-hmm.
I still think it's a great movie. The kids watched it. I will say I watched it so much. My parents probably hated it. My brother started watching it so much that I started hating it for a while. It's a movie that if I sit down and tried, I could probably still write down to you like 80% of the words
Yeah.
to the movie.
Yeah.
And it's the animated Disney's Robin Hood, so with the
Oh,
ducks and
such a
you know
good movie, dude.
it just still just in
It's
my heart, in my mind,
it's so good.
it's I watched that movie so much that, again, back then we had tape.
Yep.
I
Yep.
think between me and my brother, we basically wore that tape out.
The way are they actually
Um, yeah,
like
my
the sound wouldn't even play right.
now I got so like just like my brother wanted to watch it so much. The tape disappeared, right? And then
Uh-huh.
my parents were like they thought I threw it away. Now I don't remember ever throwing it away. My guess is one of my parents threw it away.
Because they got sick and tired of
Yeah.
it.
Because you go through me watching it and then it's like, oh, okay, now he's
Right.
kind of
Yeah.
getting out of it. And then now my brother's watching it. And it's like, how many times? I mean, it's a great movie, but
Oh, it's so good, man.
how are we as kids, right? It's like, let's watch it again. Like you've already watched it 6 times today.
Yeah,
I think
right.
that's enough.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that tape accidentally made it into file 13, accidentally.
File
Air
13.
quotes. Yeah. Oops. But yeah, still and I think even as an adult, like it's a great plot.
Yes,
It's
it
it's
is.
got great characters development. It's just yeah, it's good.
I mean, it's another Injustice movie.
Yeah.
And Disney throws like has its original Disney charm in it. Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
I mean, just in quotes, faint heart never won fair lady. I mean, that's shaped my life.
so number three for me, I'm at my top three. Um, Number three for me, Mel Gibson's The Patriot.
Hmm.
Again, that movie will get me crying every time. It get me crying like at the death of his sons, maybe like as a parent now, but even before
Hmm.
we had kids, the movie of insurmountable odds because of regular people,
Yeah.
just like knives and pitchforks and torches versus the trained British militia, that or not militia, excuse me, trained British like what do they call them? I'm trying to think of
Red
their
coats.
the redcoats, the infantry. Yeah. I'll figure it out here in a minute. But the idea of all we have to do is get enough of us rallied together
Hmm.
and just fight our hearts out. Like I'm a sucker for that plot line, and
Hmm.
I can only hope that I've got that much courage and bravery in my heart, right?
Yeah.
So
Can't handle that movie. I mean, watched it
yeah.
again as an empath and as someone who
Oh,
like
dude.
I struggle with real movies. That's
Yeah.
why it's like a lot of the movies that I have, they're fantasy.
Yeah.
They may have
Yeah.
some of the same plots, they may have some of the same pains, some of the same problems,
Right.
but because there is that element of fantasy,
Yeah.
then I can separate myself from that. But
Yeah.
like with that, I did like it tore me up
Yeah.
not just crying. I'm like emotionally, I was not okay.
Yeah, sure.
Um,
Well, and I mean, it's a heavy movie.
yeah,
Like it's and it's because I think it is, you're right. It's because of the real ability, right?
yeah, right.
Um,
And so, and again, maybe that speaks to how good the movie is.
hmm.
So I'm not downing the movie by any sense.
Yeah, no.
Um, but just yeah, I think I
Yeah.
watched it with your dad, and then I was like, I can never watch this movie again.
Yeah.
I just, if I'd have cried, I'd probably been okay. But then it's like, no, there's just too much. Matter of fact, I'm just thinking about it right now. It's like stressing me out a little bit.
It's
I'm like,
well, then
nope,
it's your turn. Go ahead.
yeah.
Let's move on.
So, so I've got four left, I think.
Yeah.
One of these is my go-to garage movies. This is a movie
Okay.
that I will play while I'm working on the car, um,
Yeah.
in the garage. It's a background movie, like it, Chronicles of Riddick. Now, I
Oh,
guess
I've never seen the Chronicles of Riddick.
I have to preface that not the newer one because they like did like a sequel, but I think they called it Chronicles of Riddick again.
Oh,
But the older one. So you had Pitch Black, which was okay.
yeah.
And the sequel to it's actually the Chronicles of Riddick.
With still Vin
And
Diesel. Yeah.
yeah, Vin Diesel.
Right.
And so that would be that. Yeah, that's one of my two. Like I'm working, I want in the background, kind of
Sure.
listening to it. Sci-fi. You got this group of guys called the necromancer or necromongers. Sorry, necromongers,
Uh-huh.
who are going across the universe, and they're basically like their whole thing is like if they can't convert you, they'll kill you.
Wow.
And they're trying to populate this whole new universe, this whole new world, which apparently does exist. It's interesting, and you have like Riddick, who kind of gets in the middle of things, and one of his things is like, it's not my fight. It's not my fight,
Yeah.
but it becomes his fight. And it's a great movie. Now, I, Pitch Black was okay,
Yeah.
but it wasn't great. But if you're really going to appreciate the Chronicles of Riddick, you got to watch Pitch Black.
That's
So
what
it's
I've
like
heard. Yeah.
you go watch Pitch Black, and you go, okay, it's okay. But then you go, all right, now the Chronicles of Riddick. This is really awesome. So
Yeah.
that's like for me, and probably
Yeah.
one of my favorite roles that Vin Diesel
Yeah.
plays. You know, a lot of action, a lot of. I mean, there's a lot of like death, but it's not a gory death.
Right.
Like
Sure.
matter of fact, like I think there's very little gore. People just die.
Right. They just die. Well,
Yeah.
why don't you double up then? Why don't you tell us your number three, and then we'll
All right, so now we go into kind of what I have left are all either trilogies or multi movies.
Oh, okay.
So I guess let's just pull the one that's already kind of been off there, which would be Star Wars.
Star Wars.
But
Yeah.
the original, but again, and I put the original trilogy. I like Star Wars. We won't talk about the prequels.
Yeah.
Again, I think they're pitch black. They're like, oh, there's so much information. You should go
Yeah.
watch them
Yeah.
later for to fill in the blanks.
It's really true.
Um,
Yeah.
but they're not the greatest of the movies. If somebody's going to start watching Star Wars for the first time, I'm like, don't start there.
See,
Like,
I would argue that when Shara watched Star Wars for the very first time, we were already married. She'd never seen it. And I knew she would be utterly lost if we started with three and we ended with, I'm sorry, if we started with four and we ended with three. I knew that she would hate it because like to her, the storyline needs to make sense, that she
right.
needs
Well,
the character development.
yeah. I mean, if you're really like purist with chronology,
Chronology. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I get that, but I mean, like as far as like, I could just see you getting lost in the
Yeah.
first three and
Yeah.
not enjoying it.
Yeah.
Whereas if you get the original, but anyway, I think it's a great series. Certainly one of my personal favorites. One of my personal favorite memories is sharing that with my son.
Oh man.
And he got to that age where it's like, all right, I think he's ready, for this. I think he's probably about 8 years old. So like we put the couches together, we're watching the TV, popcorn, just me and him. Everybody
That's
else
so
has kind
cool,
of
man.
gone to bed, and
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just like a special. You stay up tonight,
Yeah.
and the Death Star blows up, and my son goes, "Oh, I really like the Death Star." Like
Oh,
That's my son. I was like, oh, I really liked the Death Star.
that's awesome.
And it's like, and I gotta like bite my tongue. It's just like,
Yeah.
well, that's good, because
There's gonna be another one.
it's coming back.
It's coming
It's like,
back.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like apparently everybody else did too. So,
Yeah.
but and that's probably gonna always be one of my favorite memories. And
Yeah.
I've quoted
Sure.
that him on that so many times, because I mean, here's just this 8-year-old with just this deep emotion of, oh,
Yeah.
I really disappointed that they blew up the Death Star.
Well, then I will actually, like, piggybacking off of that. I will actually amend my number two and my number one, because they're also, like sagas. Number two for me, I actually had Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, but the Lord of the Rings saga is mesmerizing to me.
Mhm,
I love I love Tolkien's story.
mhm.
I love dude, Ian McKellen is Gandalf. I mean,
Mhm.
like, I think he played a really good Magneto in the X-Men series, but dude, Ian
Yeah.
McKellen is absolutely Gandalf. That is it's almost like he was made for that part.
Yeah.
I love the character development.
Mhm.
I know that there's tons of stuff that oh, help me out. What was the director's name? Um I can
I
I'll
could have told you a second
Yeah,
ago.
I know, right.
Don't
So
put me on the spot.
yeah, yeah. But I know that there's a
The
lot of
beardy
stuff
guy.
that I know there's a lot of stuff he left out.
The beardy
Um,
brother. Oh, well,
but
yeah. Yeah, we got to
but
get there
like
for just a second. But
I think that the overview of what the movies or what the book is really about. Peter Jackson. Peter Jackson.
Peter
That's who.
Jackson, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I really think that Peter Jackson did a stellar job of getting there.
Well,
Yeah. So
so
that's my
that's one of
number two.
mine. That's one of my last two. I
Yeah.
probably would have put that as the number one that I have left.
Okay.
Having said that, love the Lord of the Rings. Books are better, obviously.
Hmm.
Um, and I like the Hobbit movies too. That's not on my list, but I do appreciate them. Although
Yeah.
there's some, if you're a purist, they're going to drive you crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
They are.
here's my problem. I need
Yeah.
to state this for all of my Lord of the Ring
I already know what you're
brethren
gonna say.
and sisters. Peter Jackson, we love the movies, but how dare you leave out Tom Bombadil?
Tom Bombadil.
Like,
How did
not
he
even
not? I
a
know.
reference. Not even.
Like,
I mean, give nothing.
nothing. Not even
Nothing.
not a smidge, not a
Not,
skosh
like, not even. Yeah, yeah.
nothing.
No reference. No one. Hey, no one even relatively like mentions his name is nowhere in there. You have
No.
erased him from the Lord of the Rings universe,
Yeah, I
and
know.
and 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 how dare you?
Yeah.
I love your movies, but how dare you?
How dare
I
you?
love the Lord of the Rings. I love the extended versions. I have marathoned them with my wife.
Hmm.
It's absolutely phenomenal. But every time I go, oh, how can you leave out Tom Bombadil?
Yeah.
Like, and my only guess is because his character is so much that it would have taken up so much time
Yeah.
to
Probably
just do
would have.
any kind of justice. But I think that's part of it. You get like what this chapter and a half
Yeah.
in the books of Tom Bombadil, because the ring has no power over him.
That's right.
And that's part of the whole thing is you go, what?
Yeah. Yep.
He puts on the ring, nothing happens. Like, it grows to his finger because he's huge, puts it on, nothing happens. He takes it off, he gives it back. It's like, what just
Yeah.
happened here?
Yep.
And there's so much theory. There were so many letters and stuff that went back and forth with him, like asking who he is. There's so many fan theories because he never would tell. Like, he would never give like a straight answer. Like, he would answer some of the questions, or he would like, but he would never like tell who he was or who wasn't fully
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Tom Bombadil. And one of my favorite fan theories is
Uh-huh.
that it's actually him writing himself into the book.
You're talking about Tolkien.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually Tolkien writing himself into the book, like
Huh.
as this character.
Yeah.
And it's like, because I mean, Tom Bombadil could have just walked it in there and threw it in there, and the thing was he wasn't going to.
Yeah.
And so others have said, well, he's God, he's the highest of the valor, or what, like that's his character. So he's,
Hmm.
I mean, he certainly helps them along the way, and he does rescue them at one point. But yeah, it's like, and I think Gandalf says, in the book, like because I think somebody mentions like, why just Bombadil do it, and he's like, well, he just wouldn't. It wouldn't matter enough to him
He just wouldn't.
to do it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like different things. So
Yeah.
yeah, Lord of the Rings though, movies are amazing. The books are absolutely epic.
Yeah, they are.
I'm still working on the Silmarillion.
I've
Um,
never read it.
I had paused it. It is. I tell you what, Tolkien was brilliant,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I cannot always keep up with his books.
Yeah.
Especially in the Silmarillion. It's just like I get so lost. And one of my problems is like everybody's got like four names.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm like, wait, who is that? Oh, this is also known as, Mithrandio. Wait, who? Like, and I think I'm going right, and I think I'm understanding what's going on. And it's like, oh no, that was so and so's brother. Like, what? Like, stop the madness. This is awesome. But
Yeah.
anyway.
What's next for you?
So, so what I have left, and I'll be honest, like out of all the movies we talked about, this is definitely not the number one,
Okay.
but it's definitely I think a good series, and I've watched it
Uh-huh.
over and over. That's Pirates of the Caribbean.
I thought about putting that.
Yeah.
I think that they do gradually get worse, but the first two for sure are wonderful, excellent movies.
And honestly, one of my favorites, and it's not the whole movie.
Hmm.
It really is not the whole movie, and I'm trying to think of his name. But it's Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
I'm looking it up real quick.
Okay.
Trying to see the actor.
What's the
I knew
character?
it. I know his name. Javier Bardem. Bardem. He
Oh,
plays
yeah. Yeah.
yeah. He plays, the captain, the Spanish captain.
Yeah.
I love his character.
Yeah.
I love the way he plays it, and I love like his accent, his emotion that he shows with staying like non-emotional.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just I think for me that is I like him in a lot of different movies, but that's probably my favorite role.
Yeah.
And then just the clever little, I always like it when in the movie they drop the name of the movie, but they do it well. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Pirates, Dead Man Tell No Tales. So just like Dead Man Tell No Tales. And I'm like, there it went. That's the
There it
name of the
is.
movie.
Name
Like,
of the movie.
let's get it in there. But I really like his character. It was like they're like, you killed so many men. He's like, men, no, pirates.
Yeah.
But it really sets up the how Jack Sparrow became Jack Sparrow.
Yeah. Yeah, it
And
really
and
does.
and you start to see him in a slightly different way.
Yeah.
Of course he's the pirate that you learn to love,
Yep.
even though he's like a pirate and he's a scoundrel,
Yeah.
but at the same time he's he's not a super scoundrel. I mean, I don't even know how to describe
Well,
it.
again, it's sort of like the John Wick thing.
Yeah.
Like he's got a moral code, you know?
Hmm. Right,
Um,
because you find out that his problem, like with the the company, where he gets the kind of gets branded, is because he refuses to move humans, as like he's
yeah,
he's
that's
not going to
right.
do slave trade.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so they like basically that's where he gets branded as a pirate and gets blacklisted by the world,
Yeah.
because he's like, yeah, I'll do all this stuff. I'll kill, I'll pillage, but I'm not doing slave trade. I'm not doing human trafficking.
Yeah. Yeah.
I draw the line.
Well, Brad, we end with mine, and you've already said it, but Star Wars for me, I actually had my favorite is Return of the Jedi, Star Wars
Okay.
6.
Yeah.
And it's just that's I think the plot comes to a head, and there's so much for me. There's so much nostalgia, watching it so much with my dad and my mom, and I was wanted to be a fighter pilot when I was a kid, and so like all of like the scenes of X-wings and A-wings and Y-wings, fighting TIE fighters and all that kind of stuff. I love the forest battle again, and it's sort of this, it's the resurgence of this injustice and just completely unassailable, really unassailable win. You're not going to, the odds actually are unbelievably exponentially against them. But yeah, man. So that does it for me. And that's your list, right? You're good too?
Yeah, that is, and again, there's a lot of good movies.
There's
probably
so many good, yeah, right.
Probably some good movies that probably would have trumped some of the ones on my list, by the way. So just again, as I'm thinking about these things really quickly, you messaged me yesterday.
Yeah.
Those are kind of the ones on my mind. I'm sure as I'm going to be like scrolling through and seeing a movie and I'll be like, oh no, that was so,
yep.
So people listening to this, don't be hard on us if you're like, oh, I can't believe they didn't mention this movie.
That's right.
We may very well agree with you. And it's just feel free to comment. Give us your.
That's right.
Give us your 10. Give us your favorite. Hey, this is the movies we like.
Yep.
But definitely some great movies out there.
Yeah. If you're a fan of the show, you can always we would love it if you followed the show, subscribe to our show, so you can always see the updates. We've got a Facebook group that's open to the public, and in the Facebook group there's actually an open chat now. Tell us what you're thinking of the show. Tell us some ideas that you would like for me and Brad to talk about. Rate us and review us. Give us 5-star rating. If you access our podcast on Apple, review us. Let us know what you think. Let the world know what you think. So we appreciate you guys, listeners. Brad, we'll catch you next time.
All right, let's go watch the movies.